Welcome to Gentle Chair Yoga. You need a few props. What you really need is a sturdy chair. So a kitchen chair, wooden chair, or a folding chair is good. You might want a pillow. You might want some blocks or a box. And you don't want wheels on your chair. If your surface you're putting your chair on is slippery, you might want to put a yoga mat down first and put the chair on it. Sometimes it's nice to sit on a cushion, and it's partially about comfort. It's also about getting the knees in line with the hips. If your knees are lower than your hips, you could place your feet on a sturdy box or roll up a towel or a pillow and put it under your feet so that they're a little more even in terms of your knees being even with your hips. Feeling like you can really push your feet down into the floor. And then for most of the practice, you want to be sitting a little bit forward so you can have a nice tall back. You're not leaning back and slumping into the chair. I'll be up where you can sink the hips down, lift the spine nice and tall. All right, let's get started. So come so that you're comfortable in your chair. Bring your attention down to your feet. Take a few steps. Maybe rock the feet from toe to heel. And then let the feet begin to settle. And take any other moves that might feel good. Letting yourself come into the space. Maybe saying to yourself, I'm here. I'm ready for gentle yoga. Then you can lower your eyes down towards the floor or close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. Begin to just notice, become aware of yourself, your mind and your body. What's going on in the mind? Are there thoughts? Are there feelings? Are there emotions? Is it busy planning and thinking? Or is it quiet and peaceful, relaxed? We're here right now just to observe and be the witness, just watching the thoughts, not judging them. And then bringing your attention to your body. Start with the head, move down slowly through the body. Again, just being the observer, noticing areas that feel good. Other areas maybe feel a little tight or achy. Then bring your attention to your breath. Notice the breath flowing in and out of the body. As you breathe in, feeling the collarbone float up. As you exhale, feeling it float down. Breathing in, feeling the chest expand. Breathing out, letting the chest and the rib cage relax. Breathing in, feeling the belly expand. And breathing out, letting the belly relax. Notice if the breath is steady and even, or if it's getting stuck somewhere, if it's quick and rigid. If it feels okay to do so, begin to deepen the breath in through the nose, filling up the chest and the belly, and then let it all back out. And take a nice breath in through your nose. And gently blow it through your lips like you were trying to make a candle flicker. Breathing in through the nose like you're smelling a flower. And breathing out through your puckered lips like you're flickering a flame on a candle. And one more time. Just then pause and be still. Notice what your experience is in this moment. How does it feel to be you, right now, right here? And then gently blink the eyes open. And let the eyes focus on something right across from you, so right at eye level. And then let the eyes float up towards the ceiling. And then down towards the floor. And move the eyes back up towards the ceiling and down towards the floor. Keep the eyes moving up and down nice and slow. Notice if they move slowly or if they do a little jerky action. And bring the eyes back to center. And then look over to your right. And gently bring the eyes back across through center, over to the left. Keep moving. Maybe linking the movement with the breath. And bring this eyes back to center. And pause. This time bring the eyes up towards the right corner and down to the left corner. Slowly moving up to the right and down to the left. And bring the eyes back to center. This time going up to the left corner and down to the right corner. Gently letting the eyes glide back and forth. Again, noticing how these movements feel. Does it feel different when you do one direction compared to the other? And bring the eyes back to center and close them. Take a breath in and let it out. And one more time. And then gently blink the eyes open. And look towards the right, turning the head. Inhale the head back to center. And exhale, turn the head towards the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale over the other way. And you don't have to go so far that you feel pain. You just want to go enough so you're feeling some movement through the neck. Be very small movement, a little bigger. Going where it feels comfortable, where you feel like you're getting a little bit of movement, helping it to be more with ease. Pause as you come back to center. And bring your attention to the tip of your nose. You can keep your eyes open or you can close them and draw little tiny circles with your nose in one direction. And then slowly let that circle get a little bit bigger. Making little circles with the tip of your nose. Letting those circles get bigger and bigger. If you feel any pain in your neck, pause. And then find a movement in the neck that feels okay to you. And then bring the circles back in, making them smaller. Until they're teeny tiny. And then make circles the other way. Again, start off nice and small, nice and slow. Gently getting bigger, getting a little bit more range of motion through your neck. Now once they're as big as you want them to be, start getting smaller again. until they're teeny tiny. And then pause in stillness for a breath. Just notice how your neck and your head and your eyes feel. Beautiful. And bring the shoulders up towards the ears and let them drop. Inhale them up. You could let the hands come down by the sides if you want, or you can keep them on your knees. Inhale, lift the shoulders, and exhale, let them drop. Now we'll move into shoulder rolls. And if you have shoulder issues, just find some movement through your shoulders that feels good for you. And maybe you just do this movement on one side. Maybe you do it on both. Letting the shoulders move in circles. And trying to bring the attention to the shoulder blades on the back of the body. Drawing the shoulder blades together as you bring the shoulders back. And letting the shoulder blades move apart as you bring the shoulders forward. Just notice what happens to the breath. Make the movement slow and fluid with the breath. And the next time the shoulders come up, just pause and then let the shoulders go around in circles the other way. Beautiful. And then pause. You can let the hands rest on the knees or let them hang down to the side. Let the hands feel heavy. The shoulders soften down the back. Notice how you're sitting. You make any adjustments to find a little bit more space in your body. Bring the ears over the shoulders over the hips, and feel the feet pushing into the floor. Get the feet involved in this. And maybe you feel the tummy engage, the muscles in the tummy. Get a little tighter. To help you sit up nice and tall. Then we're going to do a head glide. The head glide is just bringing the chin forward and up. And then drawing the chin back, and the back of the head slides back and up. Just rocking on the top of the spine, chin moves forward and up, and then it rocks back. Feeling length in the back of the neck as the head lifts in the back, and then feeling space and length in the front of the neck as the chin comes forward. And bring the head back to center and pause. Beautiful job. Now bring the hands a little bit forward up, so they're resting next to the front of your knees. You're still sitting up nice and tall. And as you exhale, you're going to draw the arms back. Inhale the arms forward. And exhale the arms back. Inhale the arms forward. And exhale them back. Again, you could just do one arm if you have issues with one of your shoulders. Just do one at a time. Maybe you do one side and then you do the other side. Feel the feet pushing into the floor, helping you to engage the belly and keep nice and tall. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. One more time. Beautiful. Let the hands rest. Again, let's check our setup. The feet are pushing down into the floor and the belly is tightening, so you feel nice and tall. Your head, it's like it has a jug of water on the top. So feel like you're pushing that jug of water up towards the ceiling. And this time, we're bringing the elbows back. Inhale forward and exhale back. And as you bring the arms back, the shoulder blades move together on your back. And you can make this as big or as little as you want. And again, maybe you just do this with one arm, or you alternate arms. Check in with those feet. Are you pushing them into the floor, keeping the belly engaged? One more time. And bring the hands back to rest on the knees. Take a breath in and let it out. Bring the hands in front of the belly. This time we're going to bring the arms back, or the elbows back, and bring the arms back in front. And as you bring the arms forward, you could start moving them up a little bit. Find where you can make this movement, and it can be small, it can be big. You want to feel that openness through the chest as the elbows pull back. And the arms are going up and down as much as you want them to. And they're opening as much or as little as you want. So we're going where you can move with ease without feeling pain. And then pause, let the palms rest on your knees. Take a breath in and let it out. Take your feet wider apart, so your knees are wide apart and your feet are pushing down into the floor. We're going to come into some cat and cow. So your hands can stay resting on your knees. As you draw the belly back towards the back of the chair, the head comes down. Feel the rounding in the back. As you inhale, you're lifting the head up. You're pulling the chest through the shoulder space, lifting up towards the ceiling. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale, round like you're rounding over ball. And then inhale, opening up, shining the heart forward. Keep moving with your own breath. Exhaling as you round, and inhale as you lengthen up. See if you can make the breath and the movement end at the same time. And then pause. Bring the legs back together, comfortable distance apart. Pushing them into the floor, feel the belly engaged, sitting up nice and tall. This time we're going to begin to just rock forward and back. This time we're keeping a nice straight spine. So I'm just hinging at the hips. This is a bit of a hip opener. So we're just moving at the hips. We're keeping the head and the spine straight and in line. Exhaling as you move forward, inhaling as you sit up nice and tall. And begin to make the movement smaller. So you're not going as far forward. You're making the movement smaller and smaller until you're not moving at all. You're just sitting straight. Feeling the breath move in and out of your body. Feeling the spine lengthen up towards the ceiling as you inhale. Allowing the shoulders to soften. Rest down towards the earth as you exhale. Beautiful job. All right, now we're going to move on to legs. So the legs are pushed, or the feet are pushing into the floor. Extend one leg out in front of you. And the heel can be resting on the floor, and you can point and flex. Point and flex. Maybe you lift the foot a little bit off the floor and point and flex. Maybe you lift it a little bit higher and point and flex. Or maybe keep the foot down on the floor, your choice. And then maybe you take them around, the toes around in a circle one way, and then take the toes around in a circle the other way. And then bring the foot back. Check back to see that you're still sitting up nice and tall. And extend the other foot out. The heel can stay on the floor as you point and flex. Or maybe you lift it a little bit off the floor. Excuse me. Maybe you lift it a little bit higher. You decide where you want to go today. What's your journey? And bring the foot back down to the floor. if you had it in the air, and bring it back. Take a breath in and let it out. And then bring both feet out in front of you. And this time you can do windshield wipers with the feet, so you can do the feet going opposite directions. They can go together. Do you have American windshield wipers or European windshield wipers? You can make the movements quickly, or nice and slow. Just feeling that rotation through your leg all the way up to the hip. And check the posture. Did you slump down? Or are you still sitting up nice and tall? And pause. Walk the feet back. Sit up nice and tall. Take a breath in. And let it out. Now push your right foot down into the floor and take the toes of your left foot against the instep of your right foot. And then point your big toe at your ankle bone. You can hold on to the side of the chair or the back of the chair if you want to. And you're going to be working the big toe up your calf. Just go where you can. If you get all the way up to your knee, pause there. Take a breath. And then begin the journey back down. So making your way up and down the opposite leg, pointing with the toe. And then put both feet on the floor. Take a breath in. And let it out. Get yourselves nice and sturdy. Pushing into the left foot, holding onto the chair. Point the right toes at the arch. And then at the ankle. And then make your way up the calf any amount. And then if you get as high as you can go, start waking your way down. And then you can go back up again. We're working that muscle on the inner thigh. Keep breathing. And then bring the foot back down to the floor. Push the feet into the floor. Sit up nice and tall. Take a breath in and let it out. One more time. Then pushing your right foot into the floor, hold on to the left leg and lift it up off the floor any amount. Maybe you hold in front of the leg and draw it in towards the chest. Take a few breaths. And place it back down on the floor. Push it into the floor and lift the other foot up. So maybe you're just hovering the foot above the floor and holding it there. If you lift it a little bit higher, you can hold on to it, draw it in. Try to keep the spine nice and long. Let the breath move with ease. One more long, slow breath. And then gently place it back down on the floor. Take the feet a little bit further apart. And then just let one knee fall in and then the other. Just getting a little bit of rotation through the hips. Letting the muscles of the thighs that we've been working so hard kind of relax. Then come back to center. Place your hands on your knees. We're going to come into a forward fold, sitting up nice and tall. Depending on your range of motion, you might want blocks or something in front of you. You can lean forward and hold your hands on your knees. Maybe you bring your elbows to opposite knees and just lean forward, keeping a long spine. Take 3 breaths. You can stay here. Maybe you decide you want to go a little bit lower down. Maybe you bring your hands down to the blocks or to the floor. Make sure that if you're bringing your hands down to the floor, you're staying secure in your chair so you don't fall out. Pushing the feet into the floor. 2 more breaths. And gently bring the hands back to the knees. As you inhale, coming back to seated. Take a breath in and let it out. And we're going to move into a twist. You can leave the hands on the knees, or you could bring the left hand behind you and hold on to the chair and look over your left shoulder. And then come back to center. Bring the right arm back. If you feel like you have more movement, maybe looking over the right shoulder. And then inhale back to center. And exhale, come the other way. You can stay like this, or maybe you begin to reach in front of you with the opposite arm. And then as you switch the arms. The arm can reach behind you, or it can hold on to the chair. You can bring the arms into this, or you can let them hang by the sides, or rest on the knees as you twist. This time, as you come over to the left, pause. As you inhale, let the spine lengthen. As you exhale, go over the left shoulder. Of course, if at any point anything that I say doesn't feel good in your body, modify it, change it so that it's right for you. Then inhale, come back to center. Take a nice breath as you inhale this time, lengthen and turn the other way. Enjoy a few breaths as you feel the ribs expand and soften. And inhale back to center. Take a breath in and let it out. We'll go back into a forward fold, so you could have the hands on the knees and lean forward. Maybe bring the elbows to opposite knees. Or if you feel like you have the ability or in the range of motion, allowing the hands to come down and hang the head. Two long, slow breaths. Bring the hands back to the knees and slowly rise up. Take a breath in and let it out. Sit back a little bit in your chair so you can feel nice and tall. Lower the gaze or close the eyes. Just notice any sensations in the body. And then drop your left hand down to the side and grab hold of the chair. And then this right hand can come to the hip, or it could touch your shoulder, your upper chest. It could rest on your head, or it can reach across the body. What we're doing is we're coming into a side stretch, feeling openness in your right side, letting the ribs spread apart. Take 3 breaths. And inhale back through center. Switch the hands, hold on with the right hand. Bring the left hand to the hip, maybe up to the chest, the shoulder, resting on the head, or reaching over as you come into a side stretch. Take 3 breaths. Gently split the arm back down. Inhale the arms up. If the arms don't want to come up over the head, just bring them wherever you can, where you can feel some extension, some space through the chest. Take 3 breaths. And slowly lower the hands back down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, back to seated. Hold on to your chair and let the chest come forward. Lift the chin. Okay, a little bit of a back bend. And slowly come back to your upright position. Checking back in with the feet. Let's rock from the heels to the toes. Getting movement through the ankles. Maybe you turn the feet out a little bit, get a little different angle. Or maybe you turn the feet in. Notice how that feels. And then let the feet come to a rest. Check back in with the breath. We're going to begin our relaxation. So if you want, you could put a cushion behind your back, or if you feel comfortable moving down to the floor, you can move down to the floor if you want to lay on your back. Certainly you could lay on your sofa if you wanted to. So getting comfortable. We're going to be tensing parts of our body, and you want to try to tense them for at least 5 seconds and then release them as we exhale. So we'll start with the right leg. We're going to lift the right leg and hold it for about 5 seconds and then put it back down as you exhale. Then lift the left leg for about 5 seconds, and then on an exhale, put it back down. Then tighten up the toes on the right foot. Hold them tight, tight, tight. On your next exhale, let them go. Tighten up the left toes. And then on your next exhale, let them go. Then tighten the soles of both feet. And as you exhale, soften them. Let them go. See if you can tighten up the calf muscles and then let them go. And tighten the thighs. Exhale, let them go. Tighten the hips. Exhale, let them go. Puff up the belly. Take in some air. Take in some more. Fill that belly all up. And then exhale it all out. Tighten your hands into fists. Tight, tight, tight. And exhale, let them go. Make your arms nice and tight. On your next exhale, let them go. Fill up the upper chest full of air. A little more. And let it all out. Pick up your shoulders towards your ears. And let them go. Bring your shoulders back and squeeze the shoulder blades together. And let them go. And bring the shoulder blades forward. Exhale, let them go. Notice your breath. Bring your attention to your jaw. Let your jaw go side to side. And stick out your tongue. Let out a big breath. Squish up your eyes. Tight, tight, tight. Let them go. Squish all the muscles up in your face towards your nose. And let them go. Suck your cheeks in. And let them go. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. Notice the breath as it moves in and out of the body. Feel the clavicle floating up on the inhale and floating down on the exhale. Scan your body from the top of the head down to the toes. You make any adjustments so you're a little bit more comfortable. You soften the muscles a little bit more. And if there's things that don't want to soften and let go, that's okay too. Gently begin to bring some awareness back into the body. Maybe start by noticing the mind. Is it quiet? Is it busy? And then noticing the body. Do you feel any sensations, warmth or coolness? Do you feel energy moving in places where you were working today? The attention back to the breath, drawing the breath in through the nose, letting the shoulders and the clavicle lift, the chest expand, the belly expand, and then blow it all out. Begin bringing in some movement with the fingers and the toes, wiggling them, circling them around, maybe letting the arms swing a little bit. Twisting, finding any movement that feels good right now, letting yourself flow with ease. And bring the hands back to the knees. You can keep the hands on the knees, or maybe you inhale the arms up. You can let them stop anywhere along the ride. And then exhale back down. And one more time. And bring the hands to the heart center. Bringing the forehead down towards the fingertips. Connecting the mind with the heart center. Taking this moment for yourself. How do you feel at this moment? Take a deep breath in and blow it out. And again. And one more time. Thank you for joining me, letting me guide you through your gentle chair yoga practice. May you be well. May you be loved. May you find joy wherever you go. Namaste.